pumping there?
Yeah.
Pumping? You good there? Sun out, channel. Alright, so. Shalom. Alright, this is your brother. This is your brother here from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp. Alright, in Trinidad here. Coming in, week out, to prophesy the downfall of America and to prophesy the downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the devil, the demon, the wicked that the scriptures speaks about. Alright? So first and foremost, before we start, Kal Halayam, La Halahaya Nawa, Yahawa, Bahasham, Yahawashai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Right? Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well.
Double honors.
Right? Who teach us this truth, this 100% truth. Alright? Double salutations unto the brothers who preaching and teaching this truth through the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and the freedom to do so now more than ever for this truth.
Shalom.
Right? Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites who would look like the other nations, but Israel through their forefatherly lineage. Alright, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akawats. Alright, this is a brother Kahan.
Brother Rashalam.
Brother Kyle.
Alright, so we're gonna get with the program. Alright, the program is Esau. Alright, Esau, the so-called white man. That's the program right now we're dealing with. That's the regular scheduled program. Alright? Because I'll upload up the video. Alright? I'll upload up the video and you know on my two channels. Alright? It concerning Edomite, a chocolate covered Edomite. Right? Wicked puta, which is bitch in Espanol. Alright? Watching me in my face and telling me that myself, along with my people, right? We are not the children of Israel. Oh, she went to Israel and whatnot, and she see the Jews and whatnot. She see the children of Israel. And what have you. Alright? And she husband take DNA tests and all of that, and he's a Jew and all of that.
And you know what DNA tests they just take? They just take the maternal side.
Yeah, right?
That way the devil is what they just be doing. Right?
Well, she said thing from the father side, but the only reason why they're doing the thing from the father side now is because we, the prophets, the children of Israel waking up and bringing out, going back to the Torah and showing you. Right? Because remember, they don't deal with the Torah, they deal with the freaking Babylonian Talmud. Right? It's only because we waking up, they're doing paternal DNA testing now. Right? But, you know, I have to bring a DNA test to show she. Bitch, I don't need no fucking DNA test. Right? Can. I don't need no DNA test to the scriptures, the curses. Proving it and identifying.
Yeah, let me read that scripture there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, that's Romans 8 and 16.
Go ahead.
The Spirit itself beareth witness.
The what?
The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit.
With our spirit.
That we are the children of the Most High.
Can. Right? The Spirit beareth witness. Why the Spirit beareth witness? That we are the children of the Most High. Give me Jeremiah 17:4.
Right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
Alright? It reads, And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Right? Thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage. The scripture talk about the children of Israel. Right? Falling away from the heritage. Give me Thessalonians, I think it's 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Alright?
Can't.
When he done there, he will go back to the Roman stage, right?
Yeah.
Right?
And that scripture was proof and that, at the end of the day, who your son of perdition is.
Can't.
And that falling away.
Right? That we're going to.
Yeah, yeah.
2 and 3.
I got small book, right?
Yeah.
You cannot answer fine.
That's the First Thessalonians.
Yeah, right, very next one right there.
Alright, Second Thessalonians
2 and 3, look at it right
2
there.
and 3.
Yeah, bottom right there.
Alright. Alright, so alright, look at it. Alright, go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3.
Go ahead.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let no man so we ain't going to let you fucking Edomites deceive us by any means. Right? By no means at all we ain't going to let you all deceive us. Go ahead.
For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first.
Right? That falling away is the Israelites discontinuing from the heritage.
Can't.
Right? But now Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is bringing them back to the fold. Alright? Through the power and spirit of him. Alright? Check and see what's going on there.
Somebody going.
Keep on, do not do answer. Press decline.
And then pull down.
Pull it down and put on do not disturb.
Yeah.
Pull it down.
Can't.
Alright? So if you had a little bit of disturbance, you had to wait and take your time. Yeah, so
Right. So alright.
that's not we are you have it?
I will finish up with 0 and 17
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish up this. And that man of sin be revealed.
And that man of who?
Sin be revealed.
Right.
The son of perdition.
The son of perdition or the son of destruction, the man of destruction, the word perdition goes into destruction. Alright?
Yeah.
My master, my bag, yes.
Just in case, no. Because they could see us from here.
What then?
Nah, they just pass something there when you're ready.
If I see them,
It's not any picture and see and you was
yeah. I hope you to understand.
Can't.
Yeah, so right, so go back to the Jeremiah 17.
So this Jeremiah 17 and 4 continue here. Right, let me read it over. And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
That he gave us, right? Right, go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Right? But according to right, they see what the scripture showing here, right? But according to these Ish people, they always know that they were the people. They always know that they were the chosen people.
Can.
Which that goes against scriptures,
That's how I call them the suffix people.
right? They all according to them, right? And secondly, they run everything, right? Them that serving amongst all the nations where the Lord will scatter thee.
Can.
They run the music industry, the whole entertainment. That's now, yeah, you can get about that now. Alright, they run the whole entertainment industry. Alright? Big, they make this world go wrong.
Can.
Alright?
They are the princes of this world.
You can't.
Job 9 and 24. It is
Given into the hands of the wicked.
So that they show you who they are. You know?
Right? We're going to cover a wide variety within you fuckers. Right? A wide variety. Where are they? Where are you going for it?
2 and 29.
Nah, don't come with that one.
as yet.
Yeah, don't come with that one as yet. Yeah, don't come with that one as yet. Alright? So, give on.
Go back to this.
Where's that yard?
Romans 8 and 16.
Yeah, give me that Romans 8 and 16. Yeah.
Alright, this is Romans chapter 8 verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit.
Right? The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit, you know, because when our people get to hear this word and they get to really understand this word, they know that Yahweh Hashem Yahshua opening the eyes and putting the Kodash upon them. Right? Go ahead.
That we are the children of the Most High.
That we are the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Can.
Alright? When did your people go through those curses written in Deuteronomy 28? Because the curses that identifies us. Too bad I didn't get she name for me to curse she out even more. Right? Because she admit that she grandfather on she father's side is so-called Irish and he had owned slaves. Right now we know that a good bit that some of the Irish that they are Israelites. Alright?
Some of them did,
But
we have own slaves too.
right? Can.
Yeah.
Right? But the spirit that I get from that bitch is that she's a freaking chocolate covered Edomite.
Can.
Right? Because no matter where you're showing she the truth and proven, she not agreeing to this word. Right? It's only the ones who are the spirit to agree with this word and understand this full truth. Yeah. Because we know not all Israel will get looking like myself, or my brother here, or my brother here. You know, you will get Israelites looking like so-called Chinese, Japanese, you know.
And take a note too why even like obviously it go hard Israelites that they go agree with the word like 32 on them.
Yeah.
It must have something in this book where will resonate with them and they could know and tell by the spirit that there is a check.
Can.
But then the heathen and them they would reject it completely.
Completely. Right? Because they speak loftily concerning our oppression.
Can.
They don't care about our oppression and all that we endure and still enduring to this day.
This scripture
Can.
last week concerning that. But there's they say yeah, had this picture or something.
That is Lamentations 2 and 15. Yeah, you can bring it out, yeah. Bring it out, yeah, bring it out, bring it out. Yeah. Like just after Jeremiah. Just after Jeremiah.
Can, that's why Jake have a certain spirit, Jake has certain characteristics, you know, which Esau do have. Even beyond the scriptures too, you know, certain things like even we know to dominate things like sports.
You can.
Alright? You know?
Entertainment.
Entertainment
Because
industry.
real entertainment.
Can.
A whole WWE WrestleMania thing.
Can. A lot of the actors, as we say, theatre, you know, or wrestling, plenty of them is shakes.
God.
Also, it's not Edomites in the 12, but
Yeah.
the chicks is getting praises.
You have Edomites, but Edomites, even the mighty men are Esau, and the great men are Esau. They
do all the salt.
They do all the salt. And for instance, the rock, right? The rock, I look like a so-called Japhite, which is mother. Is a Japhite, and that's an example of his speckled bird as well. But his fathers are so-called Judite. Fathers are so-called American, Negro. Right? You can't, and you can just tell by his the way he charisma, the way he just talk. Right?
Look Ryan Giggs.
Yeah.
Look Ryan Giggs.
Can.
You know, famous footballer for Manchester.
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs, he may look like an Edomite, but he's Israelite.
Can.
His father is from Gabon. His father is a so-called black man.
Can.
From verse 14. Oh, let's jump straight into
50.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 15.
Bring it out.
All that pass by clap their hands at thee. Read it over. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem.
Yeah, you know, like.
Can.
Watch at them.
And I go for all them nations
Watch at them.
too.
You know, watch at them. Well,
Is this the city that men call the perfection?
them, watch them now, boy. Them, these is the niggas that is the chosen people of the Most High God. These spicks and wetbacks and them. Well,
Is this the city that the men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
yeah, go ahead.
All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth.
Yeah, the son. Fucking these fucking niggas, man. Yeah, you know, go ahead.
They say, we have swallowed her up.
Yeah, boy. We finally conquer these niggas and spicks and wetbacks. You know? Finally conquer them. Well,
certainly, this is the day that we looked up, we looked for.
yeah. Boy, finally get to see it, boy. Finally get to see the fall. Go ahead.
We have found, we have seen it.
Go ahead.
And the crafty council and the confederacy that they make in Psalms 83. You know?
Right?
Yeah. The crafty council and the confederacy where they conspire from centuries ago to destroy Israel as an people. You know? And now when they say that scripture now say we finally see it.
Yeah.
Yes, we see them. We see them, niggas and them. We had them down on the ground. Right?
We bringing them in by the boatloads.
Can.
You know? Bringing them in by the boatloads.
Boy.
Yeah, the arms on the ones in the back.
I'll check and see. I can't remember. I'll check. There's a couple of scriptures I want to bring over that same scripture there.
Yeah.
Revelation 11 and verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on earth. Right? So you don't know.
These two what?
These two prophets.
I didn't want you to bring that as yet.
We go read it over the
Yeah, but bring it out still.
Right? Well,
bring it out, continue.
Continue with them?
Yeah.
I can jump to the next scripture.
Yeah, we'll jump to it. Because I wanted to bring that with a particular scripture.
And the next one?
Yeah.
Can. This is Jeremiah 15 and verse 5. It says, for who shall have... Yeah, what do you know in high spirit? Jeremiah 15 and 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Right? Or who shall bemoan thee?
Who shall bemoan thee? Who will come on, you know? Who will feel sorry for you? Yeah? That chocolate covered Edomite bitch telling you about I was 400 years ago, get over it. Right? So that's showing you. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Read it again now.
Right? Jeremiah 15 and 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem?
Right, 400 years ago, you had to forget about that.
Or who shall bemoan thee?
We can't cry over spilled milk.
Reparation? Why do you need no reparation? Why do you need no reparation? And I for them so-called niggas who looking for reparation this time. The only reparation for them heathens is slavery. Right? That's the only reparation that they want to get. That they want to get. That's our reparation. When we put them in chains, as per Psalms 149 and 5. When we snap them chains on them, alright, that is when we will get reparation.
Hardcore slavery.
Hardcore slavery. Bondage. Bitter bondage too. Alright? Jeremiah 15 and verse 5 continuing. Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Yeah, you know, let me help them now, boy, because they're at the bottom of the barrel. You know, let me find out where's the plight. You know, with the lacking, you know, with the need, you know, to help them build a nation. Who? Not one of these, not the stinking fucking East Indians, the Arabs, them stinking Africans will sell you out into slavery.
Not even giving back we nation for us to help we build.
Yeah, beautiful.
Giving back we land.
Yeah, the fathers to help we build.
Nah, and I go back to that scripture, Deuteronomy 20 and 68. You can read that one. No man shall redeem you.
Right?
We're not gonna get redeemed until Yahweh shall come. You know?
Where are
let's read one last verse. It's verse 6, Jeremiah 15 and 6. It says, thou hast forsaken me, saith Yahweh. Thou art gone backward. Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting.
Yeah, but that is why Yahweh should me try to deal with how we deal with we soon. Right? This is Psalm 73 and 8. It reads, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, you know. She speak wickedly against us. Right? Or we have to bring DNA tests. Fuck you and your DNA test. May how about shouldn't you try put you, your grandfather, your father, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your auntie, your nene, and all of them to death.
And you know something, the same story we're talking about, you know the ironic thing, come on, you think about it. You know, just as Apostle John say, you know, as we scattered among, we also scattered among them devils too in Jerusalem too. Right? So don't be surprised. Even if she say her husband test positive, which is the Y chromosome for the DNA test is the E1B1A. Right?
Yeah.
Even if he tests positive, he could be a true descendant. But she could be an Edomite.
Yeah, but
she could be an Edomite.
She's the Edomite.
She could be the Edomite.
She's the fucking Edomite. She is the Edomite. She is. If you was amongst her, if you was amongst her, you would see why you see. You would get
the spirit.
Yeah. You would see why you see it. Wicked fucking bitch.
And it's so foolish, right? You know, even from a DNA perspective, it's proven. When they go into Africa, they do the same DNA test and they test the Lemba, they test the Igbo, they test the Yoruba, right? The Ashanti, these people, and they have the same E1B1A Y chromosome. So what you fuck? Listen, are you some French way? You understand what I'm saying? What the hell is she talking about? Right? What the hell is she talking about? You know, that they show you is a devil. That devil you're dealing with.
When give me that Deuteronomy 28, 68.
The same guy from Hebrews and Negroes. What's his name again? I can't remember the guy.
Dalton.
Yeah, he himself had gone and do some research.
Dalton.
You know?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And say, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Yes, no, Salakia. Give me Deuteronomy 30 and 15 onwards. Right? And you hold for me to see if I can get it up there on your phone there. In some way, I think it's either Numbers or Exodus or somewhere where the covenant sealed by blood now, where Moses them sprinkle the blood. You know what I'm talking about now? Yeah. Bring it out here.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Go ahead.
And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With ships, right? Bring me into slavery again. The word Egypt means slavery. It's an Egyptian word. Alright, Egyptos. Not Egyptian, a Greek word, Salakia. Right? Egyptos. Right, go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Just as how we tell you it's going to happen, where it's going to go into slavery, by cargo slave ships, it is going to happen, and he is not going to see your homeland Israel no more again. Go ahead.
And here ye shall be.
And there, when you come off those slave ships, ye shall be what?
Sold unto your enemies for bondmen.
What?
And sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
And bondwomen, go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
That word buy is redeem. No man shall redeem you. So, again.
So if the scripture say we will never see homeland again, how she could say all them people and them over the issues and them in the homeland?
The scripture talk about when we go back to the land, it wouldn't be no more war again. But look, everybody want to fucking ring them out of the land. The whole of the Arab world.
Anything but peace. Anything but peace. You know?
Right? So there's the question again. When did these Jewish people, when did this curse befall upon them? Haters be in the last days. They're the dregs. Right? They're the dregs being. Right? And you mean to tell me all the wickedness that the children of Israel do and break the covenant and what have you, that the Most High God so soft to don't let the promises concerning the curses come to pass, right? And when you go to Lamentations 4 and 21, it talks about he's no more going to carry the children of Israel into slavery again no more, right? Rejoice and be glad, O Edom. And that's roughly paraphrasing. Bring it out. 21. Because Amos 1 and 9 proves that the children of Israel is in the hand of Esau Edom. Right? Which goes back all the way to Joel 3. So then how are you going around that? Amos 1 and 9. Right, go ahead, bring it up. Let's stick with them scriptures at all. That's all it up. Yeah.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom,
Go ahead.
that dwellest in the land of us.
Go ahead.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Yeah, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Where is that cup? That cup of slavery. Right? Jeremiah 49, I think it's Jeremiah 49. Jeremiah 49 supports that. Let me see if I can get it quick and hold on to it.
I want to bring two, I'm not sure I want to bring two.
Yeah.
One time if you want.
Let's bear with my Baba for sure. Alright. Jeremiah 49. Alright, Jeremiah 49 and 12, right? I will hold on to that. So continue now, Kyle. Continue.
Right. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. O daughter of Zion,
Yeah.
he will not no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom.
O daughter of who?
Edom.
Yeah, go ahead.
He will discover thy sins.
He will discover thy sins, right? So when I go to give me the Amos 1 and 9. Right? Because when I go to Joel 3, it speaks about the children of Israel being sold by the of Tyre and Zidon and Palestine and the whole of Palestine unto the Grecians. Right? And it is being backed up in Amos 1 and 9. You got a shift across right now. When you come, you got a shift, right?
Yeah.
Right? Amos 1 and 9. After. You know what the books are just quick enough.
What you must do is look at the table of contents quick and tell you page and split one time. Then you faster.
Amos 1 and 9.
This is the book of Amos chapter 1 verse 9.
Go ahead.
Thus said Yahweh, for thee for three transgressions of Tyrus, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Right? Right? When you go into I'm breaking down this. I'm breaking down and covering all angles. All angles. You gotta take it quick there. I'm gonna get Yeah. No, you gotta pause nothing, man. No, I don't say it. No, nobody ain't gonna get show off there, man. Them gonna. The most important thing is the information that coming out. Huh? Serious?
Yeah.
Alright. I don't have to take my hand here. Right? Tyrus, right? Alright, watch this. You gotta go into your blue letter, but
Yeah. You know that? What precept is that? Amos 1 and 9?
Yeah. Right? Alright? This is Ham. Right? From the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. Alright? Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. Right? He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. So now, the Negroes who are dark-skinned people, right? They're showing you here, they did not come from Ham. Alright? So good. But the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Because when I read it, Deuteronomy 28:68, she tell them about, oh, I can't put what the Africans went through with this scripture here because he's talking to the Israelites. Right? Yeah, you see the deceitful wickedness of you fucking Edomites, man? You see the wickedness with these Edomites, man? They're like the deaf Arab, boy. The wicked go out astray as soon as they be born speaking lies, boy.
You can't stop at their ear when they hear the truth. You know? They can't take the truth.
Right? So go to the Amos 1:9, give me Tyrus there.
Tyrus here in the Hebrew is so, right? It says Tyre or Tyrus, a rock, the Phoenician city on the Mediterranean coast. Right? So a rock, let me go down here. Let me see if I can go down here.
In the lexicon.
City of Hiram, friend of David.
The city of who?
Of Hiram, friend of David and Solomon.
Alright? City of Hiram, right? Because Hiram was oh gosh.
Was the king.
Was the king at Tyre, right? So good. So good. We're gonna go through this with a fucking fine teeth comb. Right? Right? So now go in the blue letter now. Right?
Alright.
So
we're gonna get it.
Go now to 10 and 6 Genesis and go down to the descendants Ham. Go down to the descendants of Canaan, because we see here Canaan come from Ham, right?
Yeah.
A matter of fact, give me 10 and 6 first and then go down to Canaan, right? Descendants.
This is Genesis 10 and 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan. Right, so we're going to jump down to Canaan. We're going to look for Canaan here. Alright, it was Genesis 10 and 15. And Canaan, he got Sidon.
You got who?
Sidon.
Going to Sidon for me. You worship across.
Alright, Sidon. It says contain an ancient Phoenician city.
An ancient what?
Phoenician city on the Mediterranean coast, north of Tyre. So they're sending linking it to.
They're linking it to because it's coming. There was like Trinidad and Tobago now, by sister nations now, boy. Right? Phoenician. Now who were the Phoenicians? The Phoenicians, they were Hamites. Right? We know today as the Africans. Alright? Because the Hamites, they didn't just only dwell in the land of Ham. Right? They had the whole of the Fertile Crescent going, even all up to Iraq and Syria and Lebanon, and they had a good because
a good portion.
Look, alright, for instance, Iraq. Modern day Iraq is ancient Babylon. Modern day Iraq is ancient Babylon. What do you call it again? It was bordering Assyria, right? But ancient Babylon is modern day Iraq, alright? And who were the Babylonians? So-called Africans, we know today as the Ethiopians. Right? This is undisputable truth. Undisputable truth. Kala layam la alahaya nawa Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Nukapadash. We didn't go to no school and spend
cemetery.
Yes, some cemetery school and spend thousands of dollars per semester and then think to learn this here, to connect the dots here. And the see the thing is, they just can't stand the fact how these niggas,
how we get that information.
how they get that, how they know, How to know? How these men get to know this? How these men could get to break down this and expose this and publish this? How?
I go back to what the apostles and always say Apostle Gavan and always say out in New York long time when they was banging. You know how a big black limo pull up.
Yeah, and try to offer them a bag.
Yeah, dress up in the shoes.
Yeah.
And they tell them, well, basically tell them here what. They started watching all these signs and they say, but how will they find out? How the hell will they find out? And they was angry. You know, how will they find out this? How will they find out all these people? We pay millions of dollars to keep that.
Millions, billions, trillions. Yes.
Yeah.
And when I came into the church, even before I heard that testimony from them, I used to be telling the God, I sit down and I analyze, Pastor, but these people spend trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars just to keep this boy. Because remember this secret is centuries old, you know.
Can. Because even go back to last week where we speak about when they were up in the Caucasus Mountains, right? When they was basically rebuffing the Moors on one side and the Christians on the other side.
Yeah.
And they say now we're Jews.
Yeah.
But they knew who we was in that point in time. That is the reason why they take the identity.
You understand?
That is the reason why they knew.
Right? So we see in here, don't drop that Amos 1 and 9, you know.
Yeah.
Right? So we see in here who is Tyre and Sidon. Right? Go down to you went down to the to Genesis 10 and 15.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Sidon was the firstborn.
Sidon was his firstborn, Canaan firstborn. Right? Those of Tyre and Sidon. Alright? Well, those are Tyre, let me see some.
Sidon was like twin cities.
Yeah, twin cities, right?
Was north of Tyre. Sidon was north of Tyre.
Right?
But was north of Sidon.
Let me see something here. Because in Joel 3 it spells Zidon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And when you go into the watch it here. You see in Zidon 20 times, right? It's in the scripture, right?
And Sidon twice.
And Sidon twice because it's interchangeable now, boy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, can.
They were fucking Hamites. Right? So now, go back to the Amos 1 and 9. And then you're going to go to Joel 3 from after. And then you're going to go back to the curses, Deuteronomy 28:68. We cross-referencing everything because when you're in a courthouse and they bring you evidence, it is something what we call cross-examination, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you gotta be able to prove the case.
Right?
Prove all things. Hold that fast, which is good.
Right? Good. So bring it out for me.
Amos 1 and 9 again. Right? That's happening about it.
Yeah.
Thus said Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remembered not the brotherly covenant.
Alright? So good. Go to the Joel 3 now. Right? So we see in here what the Mosai is saying, where Yahweh is saying, for the transgressions of Tyrus, where they deliver the whole captivity of Israel to Edom, right? To Esau, Edom, right? I want to go down to verse 8. It talks about where Yahweh has judgment coming for Esau, Edom, for not remembering the brotherly covenant and whatnot, for having the children of Israel in captivity, right? So bring it out.
Joel 3 and 1.
See, I start from the top.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1.
Go ahead.
For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them.
That word plead, when I beg on the knees, that word plead means judge. Right? That is World War III we don't know about it now. Alright? But go ahead.
And will plead with them. Therefore, my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land.
Right, that parted my land, go back to the Balfour Declaration, right, written right here. The Balfour Declaration, right, where the land is split between those stinking Amalekites and the Ishmaelites. Go ahead, Ak.
And they have cast lots for my people.
Which is what auction blocks selling. We on auction blocks. Go ahead.
And have given a boy for an harlot.
Which is buck breaking. Go ahead.
And sold a girl for wine.
Right? That's what they used to do. Right? To them Hamites. Sell we to them stinking Hamites for wine and musket guns. You see it all in the moving Goodbye Uncle Tom. Go ahead. Ak.
That they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me? O Tyre.
O who?
O Tyre.
O who?
O Tyre.
And who else?
And Zidon.
And what?
And Zidon.
Go ahead.
And all the coast of Palestine.
Right, and all the coast of Palestine. Right, so hold it in. So there's the question I'm going to ask you Amalekites, especially that them two sell out house niggas and oh gosh, and that stinking chocolate covered Edomite bitch. When did a bunch of Africans, because you say those people over there is the people of the land, right? When did a bunch, when it is in history, give me the historical advent, the relics, the everything, that a bunch of black people, so-called black people, sold a bunch of so-called white people to white people and scattered them to the four corners of the earth. You understand that question I asked you? You understand that question I asked you? When did Hamites or Africans sell white people, so-called white people, to our next band of white people and scatter them to the four corners of the earth through slavery? When did that happen? I'm waiting for that answer.
That's something that I was trying to push to, because remember the thing we see in Kersagil? Something that was sharing on Facebook and thing. I went on Facebook to do something and I see one of the people share that and say about what? And she comment on it, right? She saying what? You see, we wasn't the only people in slavery, we put white people in slavery too. So all the things I said there's something wrong with you here.
There's something wrong with
Something
fucking
wrong with
shit.
you.
No, we had them as slaves during the days of King David, where they were being tributaries unto us and whatnot. And also during the Dark Ages, right? But we didn't dealt with them the way how they dealt with us. We dealt with them on a righteous scale because that is their position. That is the so-called white man's rightful position, to be a fucking slave unto us. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahshua make the world for our sakes. He make these other nations to do what? To serve us. Because we are above all nations upon the face of the earth.
God, that's right.
So I can give a ass when we had them under our foot, when our foot was on their necks, right, during the Dark Ages. Because that's the rightful position.
That says Yahweh Hashem Yahweh.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now God give me back the Deuteronomy 28:68. Don't forget the
I have it there.
Deuteronomy
Yeah,
28.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that I had the where they move the sprinkle the blood.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This is book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Yeah, bring it back again.
Right. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall buy you.
Right. So this is the prophecy of the transatlantic slave trade here.
God.
When were you all victims of that? That is the transatlantic and the sub-Saharan slave trade.
Can.
When were you Jewish people subjugated under that
That's captivity.
right, that captivity?
Yeah. No, there wasn't. That was the ones who owned the slave ships.
Them only slave ships, them orchestrated it.
Can coordinate everything.
Unless you could prove to me otherwise, I will stick with what I have been taught and what I see and clear as day.
Can.
Right? And you cannot come and prove otherwise. So you know what? I'm going to stick with what I have been taught and what I see in here, plain as day. Because you cannot deny the truth. You cannot debunk truth. Truth is undebunkable. Because the truth is the truth, a lie is a lie. Right? Give me the scripture that I was. Yeah.
Alright, let me go there. This Deuteronomy 30.
As we tell Aaron through some of them verses and just now.
Deuteronomy 30 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Right? See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. In that I command thee this day to love Yahweh thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, and Yahweh thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Yeah, go ahead.
But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away, and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that they shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land,
Yeah, go ahead.
whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this against you.
You call what?
Heaven and earth to record this day against you,
Go ahead.
that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Right. So now go to the Exodus. Go to the Exodus. And then come back again to that no. Lamentation 4:21.
Alright, this is Exodus chapter 24. I'll start from verse 4. And Moses wrote all the words of Yahweh, and rose up early in the morning, and builded an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars, according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And these 12 pillars were found there on the Mount Sinai.
On the Mount
They
Sinai.
found the 12 pillars.
Right.
That is proven in the Bible.
Right?
Alright? Verse 5. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto Yahweh. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in the basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar.
Right, go ahead.
And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people, and they said, all that Yahweh had said we will do, and be obedient.
And what?
And be obedient.
Go ahead.
And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which Yahweh had made with you concerning all these words.
Right.
Then all went up Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. Right? And they saw Yahweh, power of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of a sapphire stone, and as it were, the body of heaven in its clearness. Right? I'll continue down.
Go ahead, go ahead.
And upon the nobles of the children of Israel he laid not his hand. Also they saw the Most High, and did eat and drink. Right? And Yahweh said unto Moses, come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee tablets of stone, a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. And Moses rose up, and his minister Joshua, and Moses went up into the mount of the Most High. And he said unto the elders, tarry ye here for us, until we come again unto you. Right? And behold, Aaron and Hur are with you. If any man have any matters to do, let him come unto them.
Right, so, but the thing is, we're dealing with the blood covenant, right?
Can.
So, we promise the Most High God we will keep the covenant and whatnot.
Yeah.
We even read in Deuteronomy, where Moses say, all make a promise. Remember, all make a promise. I bring heaven and earth here as my witness against all you. The children of Israel were wicked to blood clot. Were wicked. Did all sorts of evil before Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. You mean to say in this last days that we in here, he ain't gonna let the curses fall upon me? The curses because he ain't gonna tell the curses fall upon me, he gonna let the last days just
dwindle out.
Just dwindle out. And what have you? You see you see the stupidity and the audacity with your stupidity and your lies and your fucking deception.
I think it's in the Apocrypha where it say like it will come along. In fact, the curses should come down heavy and heavy until the coming of Yahweh Shai. The coming of the star, because at the end of the day, it come like a woman in travail, right? A woman who pregnant, right? All these pestilences, right? All these plagues, right? All the earthquakes, all the things that diverse places you see it. It was happening before, but now it's happening quicker and faster and faster. They come like a woman in travail, right? She move from how much centimeters up to 10 centimeters until fully dilated, you know, until the end when Yahweh Shai actually come. So that completely contrary to the word of Yahweh Shai. The Lord said the curses will come down heavy and heavy until he come. Right? That's why the Lord say when it be few, almost no flesh will be saved. Right? That's the judgment of Yahweh Shai. Right? So these devils here pushing lies, and 2/3 of our people was always wicked. Right? Since back in Meribah, in Maspa, in scriptures, when they strive against Moses, they strive against Yahweh Shai, but they was always lacking in faith. Imagine you see all these miracles happening. Lord parting the sea. Right? You see all the plagues in Egypt, the 10 plagues that come down in Egypt.
Plus destroy Pharaoh. Destroy Pharaoh.
A chariot flying before you by day and night. Right? And you still doubting in Yahweh Shai. So all these signs they're asking for, they're wicked. Even if they had a sign, they still wouldn't believe. Right? They still wouldn't believe. You know, they need to be destroyed. They need to be taken out of the place. That's why the Lord said they'll be taken out by. Right? That way, Lord, going to give us the part of the pleasure of taking them out too.
You see, especially them two solid niggas. I pray about Shimon Shai give me the amount of you niggas I have it all fucking forward. I just patiently waiting. A lot of all that is just smile and think, but really and truly, deep down in my heart, I want to fucking kill all them.
Wicked.
But I had to wait. I had to wait until I get our order. The scripture says, wait ye upon me. So I had no choice, I had to wait. Right? Remember, they're not Islam. They're not Islam. Right?
Patience and the faith of the
right? They're not, right? They're not Islam. A Muslim here talking that kind of bullshit. They slit your fucking throat one time. But we had to wait. Bring it back there again, Ak.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4.
Give me the
verse 21.
Jeremiah 49 and 12.
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of us.
That dwellest in the land of us, God.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked.
Yeah, they can't see the way. When you have about Shimon, you shall allow give me that order to put them in slavery. You fuckers who can't see all your way. Go ahead.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Right? So, the children of Israel is in the hands of these Edomites. The scripture talks about Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it. That follow it. So you mean to tell me Yahweh Hashem Yahshai going against his own word, boy? But then he making the prophets and all a liar?
Can. Now what the scripture say? Let the Most High be true.
And every man a liar?
Can.
Then you make then you making the prophets a liar, man?
Can.
And you making the Most High God a liar? Give me the Jeremiah 49:12, Babakasha.
And this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup.
Which is who the children of Israel, because hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai give me laws, statutes, and commandments. Hold it there. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1.
Well,
And it shall come to pass, if thou voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day,
even to this day, go ahead.
that Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Well, will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. Once we did make sure and follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. Jump to verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
That all these what?
Curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right? And overtake thee, right? So now, go back to the Jeremiah 49:12.
Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup.
Why? Because we made a covenant with the Most High God through the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Done.
Right? So, according to Deuteronomy 28:15, to Deuteronomy 28 and 1, once we did make sure and listen and do what we're supposed to do, we would have been high, above all nations, and been blessed. Right? 12. Right? So we wouldn't have to drink at that cup. Read it over again, Baba Kosha.
Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
Right, be surely drunken. Right, according to Deuteronomy 28:15 onwards down.
Can, which is a deep drink of the cup.
Right?
Yeah, can.
He makes sure and wring out down to the dregs for we.
Can.
Right?
Can.
Because we wasn't to go through this. We put ourselves into this. But the thing about it is, you Edomites, you will take it too fucking far. According to Isaiah 47, right? Call Isaiah 47 for now. Isaiah 47 and
Oh, I have a precept for you. Let me read up a little bit and a precept for you right there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah 49 and 9. If the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Can.
If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. You know, because this devil can never have enough, boy. You know,
47.
you know, it's not enough that he destroy us, right? He take our wealth, he take our land, he take our woman, right? Sharon, right? Everything. And now, the most, at the end of the day, he want to take what? He want to kill the rest of Israel. They want to accomplish the full confederacy, which they plan in Psalms 83 chapter. Right? That is really that's the ultimate goal. Right?
49
and 9. You know? But Yahweh Hashem Yahushai have another plan. Alright? And I'm going to read 10. It says, Jeremiah 49 and 10, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, or his secret counsels.
Yeah.
Right? The wicked Illuminati.
Right?
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
Good.
His seed is spoiled. And that's so many levels too, because Lord taking wisdom from T-Man, right? You seen them, they're so worried now. You know that they have a short time that they come down and exposing their own self. From their own mouth too. And then number two, they're not even reproducing. Alright? These Edomites, their reproductive levels falling and dropping. Alright? Yahweh Shem Yahushua reducing them, right? Through bringing in certain things with the inferior genetics too, even the RH negative genes, which they carry, right? From drinking rabbit oil for centuries up in them Caucasus mountains, right? Rabbit fluid, right? They develop a genetic defect, right? So this devil wicked, boy. It's not now they're pushing this combination of man and animal and all kind of evil. This is the basis of creatures, boy. The man of abomination, boy. What Job say, when he wants set with the dog as a fuck.
Because they go fuck down to the dogs and all.
This devil base, you know.
A session game I flick with one of them when she was working MTS by casualty in the hospital. She say one of them coming with a dog stick onto she.
A woman?
Yeah, you don't mind woman, fucking you don't mind.
See what I'm talking about, boy?
Coming here because she frightened her, boy, you know, because she called her husband to come home and see the dog on top of she, because remember when the dog the penis the swell now, boy.
Once they finish ejaculating.
Yeah, once they ejaculate the penis just swell now and stick. So that will take place with she now, boy. After you done ejaculate and whatnot, yeah, it's swell up and stick now, boy.
Nasty, boy. Filth. Boy, abominations, boy.
And you all is the children of the most high God. Fuck
nasty,
all they want to talk, eh?
Nasty. His seed is spoilt, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
Go ahead.
Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. Even the woman gonna cleave unto the man of the Lord.
Even the woman and all.
They're gonna be concubines and bed wenches. Right? You know? And that's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
But that fuck like what it is. Them is the original bed wench.
You know? That is to bring forth the children of Israel to further to hasten Yahweh Shem Yahushai plan. To make Israel back into a multitude after all these wicked 2/3 die off. Right? You know, that's how the Lord is going to replenish the land. You know, He's going to replenish Israel.
So bring it out there.
Right? Let me read back over again.
Yeah.
And 12, Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou.
Yes, no, I got surely drunken, right? Right? Well, go ahead.
Right? And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
Right, art thou altogether, he that shall go together unpunished, go unpunished. So it means, with the way Yahweh Shem Yahushua is saying, I put my own people into slavery. I put my own people into slavery, right? Yeah, give me the Isaiah 47 and 6 to prove it.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 47 verse 6.
What?
I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance.
Right? Right? Go ahead. You have polluted his inheritance by what? By giving them into your hands. Go ahead.
And giving them into thine hand, thou didst show them no mercy.
Right? Because you went too far. Right? Ezekiel 35 breaks it down completely. Right? Go ahead.
And thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yeah, down to the old folk and all, the hoary head man. Right? The scripture talk about where all they wouldn't regard neither the old nor the young. That fit all the 30.
Precept upon precept, line upon line. You know?
So continue there.
Right? Jeremiah 49 and 12 continuing here, right? Read that over. And art thou he that shall go altogether, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, swear by himself.
Right? So, right? He swear. Right? He swear. As they say, by two immutable things, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai will always be, he always was, and he always will be. So the only thing he can really swear about is by himself. Right?
For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse.
Right? So you fucking Edomites wanna go into slavery, boy? Yeah.
Can the capital of Bosra,
Capital
modern day is America.
But modern day is America.
Can.
Yeah. Yeah, but Shani Yoshua gonna fuck you Edomites up, boy.
Boy, all praises to our Hashem Yoshai.
But then you Christians wanna come and taught a whole different fucking piece of shit, right? It's a things here that needs to be fulfilled, boy.
Can.
And will be fulfilled.
Can. Thus said the Lord. My word shall not go out void.
Well,
America.
It's America. It's
Yeah.
America. It's America.
Basra.
Basra is actually the capital of Esau, Edom, when there was in Petra
Yeah.
or Mount Seir.
Can.
You understand?
Yeah. Can. Yeah. Let me read out over verse 13. Jeremiah 49 and 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof. So all the cities,
You know,
this is how you know it's America you're talking about, yeah? Because Basra was one city, yeah?
Yeah.
This is how you know America have many cities.
You understand? And not only that, not only America too.
Yeah.
Your Kaiserslautern, your fucking Werder Bremen, your Bohemian, oh gosh, over in Germany now, all this, all you know, Dortmund and Munich and Leon.
All the countries.
Yeah, and Bordeaux, yeah, all the European countries, all where you fucking dogs dwell. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is gonna wipe you all off the face of the earth, boy.
Can.
All where all it dwell. All in Trinidad here. Yeah, you fucking Sapgas and Abud and all that, all the Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is gonna deal with all that, boy.
Can. Right? And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wastes.
Yeah, perpetual waste, but especially America. A perpetual waste. Well, yeah, don't talk for America. Perpetual waste. Right? Even in the land of Israel, you will hear when I go waste it, but it will be replenished and restored and whatnot. Because they all need to be purged. Purged from you fucking Amalekites. You rats. You understand?
Can't. Just say a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
Bring that out up. Bring that out up. Bring that out up.
Let's get at it.
Bring that out.
Bastard should dwell in what?
In Ashdod. And when they go into that word bastard, they're talking about a fucking illegitimate. Yeah?
Alright, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 6. But let's start from verse 5.
Yeah.
It says, Ashkelon shall see it and fear. Right? Gaza also shall see it and be very sorrowful.
Yeah, because I'm talking about them Ishmaelites and them what they know.
Can. And Ekron, for her expectation, shall be ashamed. Yeah, because what they expected the wheat to remain destroyed forever. Yeah, can. And the king shall perish from Gaza, and Ashkelon shall not be inhabited. Right? And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
And a what?
And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
Ashdod is where you know today as modern day Tel Aviv.
Can.
Alright?
And I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
Right?
Them Hamites.
Them Hamites are it's really like them fucking them Ishmaelites.
Can.
Who in Palestine where they just ancient Philistine.
Is the modern day what?
Is where you know today as modern day Tel Aviv.
Can.
That was the first capital. Now when they're coming into when they didn't have Jerusalem, it's just here that they put the capital to the south of Jerusalem.
Can.
Right?
You know what a bastard is?
I just want to find out where is Escalon.
There's a city within Israel.
Where you about? Oh, answer the question. One question down on your phone and ask them after.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so yeah, I wanna get the meaning of the word bastard. Bastard, right? Right, you say bastard. An unpleasant or despicable person.
A what?
An unpleasant or despicable person.
And that is where you all are. You all are unpleasant and despicable.
I love it. Scoundrel. A villain.
A what?
A villain.
A villain.
A rogue.
What do you mean the word villain again, boy?
Let me see if villain mean a character whose evil actions or motives are important to a certain plot. we all know what the plot we all know what the plot is. That's the plot of Yahweh Yahushai. Is Yahweh Yahushai movie.
You understand?
So the Lord make the deceiver and the deceiver is he make the wicked as his sword.
Can.
You know, so he's the villain in the movie.
Can.
You know? So a rogue, a brute, an animal.
What brute beast?
A brute beast can. An animal, boy. You know, a snake. Devil. A devil. You understand what I said? Evil doer, wrongdoer, scumbag, pig, swine, a beast, a rat. So you know, that just describes who? One person.
Esau.
Can be wicked.
Lest there be any profane, lest there be anyone, any
profane.
Yeah, person as Esau.
Whose soul is what is birthright, right? For some red pottage, right? And that's why there's a bastard too, you know? Because this devil was so wicked to sell his birthright for a bowl of red pottage, right? But he still wants to get the promises, alright? They're still in the land pretending that it's us, right? But Yahweh Yahushai is coming for you. He's coming.
Give me Isaiah, let me see. No, not that one yet. Give me Psalms 2.
Psalm chapter 2, yeah, when you keep with the slavery.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Psalms 2, Revelation 2 and 25.
Yeah, all that.
14th chapter, we go bring it out, yeah.
Kyle, give me Psalms 2. Psalms 2 and 8. And you'll give me the Revelation 125 to 112. Yeah, Psalms 2 and 8.
It's in the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 8.
Right.
Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Can. You know, and they will be asking you about Hashem Yahushai for. Alright? Let us put these heathen under our foot.
Can.
Alright? Let us fuck these heathens up. Right? Because they don't deserve to be in the power seat that they hold. Here it is day by day by day by day. Them just having this world in utter turmoil, boy. Yeah, the chemtrails in the skies, the nuclear pollution in the oceans.
Can.
Yeah? The GMO food, the poisoning of the foods.
Can.
Poisoning of the water for you to drink.
Now GMO people.
Right there, GMO people now. These people had to get out by, these people had to fucking fall by, they had to fall.
Can.
And all these heathen nations are propping them up to them and all had to fucking fall by. So we asking you how about Hashem Yahushai to put these people in our hands and let we show them how the earth supposed to run, how the earth supposed to be ruled.
Can.
Through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Yeah? Home a bunch of freaking alphabet people.
Can.
Yeah, and they show how wicked the place is. You can't call them the fuck out. You can't call them out.
You can't talk without plainly. Yeah, talking code. Can. But for all that persecution, that is part of our persecution again.
They just show you why this place had a fucking fall.
Yeah, you understand?
You can't call them out. You can't talk against it.
Wicked, boy, wicked.
When you talk against it, you wicked. Here it is. I seen a brother post up on thing T.I., the rapper T.I.
Yeah.
He trying to protect his daughter's virginity. The mad at he for that. The coming up on he for that. But this stinking batty boy, Dwayne Wade, he like son change his sex. His son.
Serious?
His son is out. Don't call his son. Don't call his son a he no more. Call it a she. But I ain't a she. That fucking thing.
That's the level of abomination of this devil. Boy.
Right, and the whole world, right, and everybody praising he. Everybody gave he props. Everybody, you know, gave he accolades and all that shit, right? See how wicked this place is?
Can that where this devil had to be taken out, you know? And all of you rest of the heathen and 2/3 of Israel who fallen after this devil, you're gonna be taken out too with him, right? Because you choose the wrong side. Just as Moses said, choose either this day life and death, right? Or they choose death, or they make a covenant with death and with hell, you know? So for that, or they make all their choice already. It's done is done. Whichever all you take the drink the waters, right?
You can't talk about that at all.
You gotta be careful what you say out your mouth, you know?
Can't talk about that at all.
Can.
Them could talk about it.
Can.
Right? But if we talk against it, we wicked and we selfish.
Can.
Right? Right now they try to come around Leila Ali because she talk the truth, you know? But to sell out fucking house niggas, right? Vex and ball about, oh, she's selfish and she's selfish and she's selfish.
Boy, and that's the thing, them is just two other lackeys at Esau Edom. Two other lackeys. They say we don't know, we know. Because we know from a while back they were working on all them journalists to make them part of the secret societies. Right? Well, a lot of them, that they are extensions of the council and
foreign relations, yeah. So
them is extensions.
You can remember them own the media and these people own the media.
So no, let's better to go up and read our news. Not just so.
Yeah.
It's not just so. Alright? But we know all they get exposed and all they gonna be put to death for the wickedness.
Hey, when listen
you know?
to the radio too much details, all kind of thing. Every commercial is water.
Yeah.
Can. It's like, oh God, boy. And then on top of that,
that way called propaganda.
And then here the thing too,
narrative.
You see, they start off with the saying though they are free voucher for scissors, so you can take the water or whatever it is, right? But now they kick it up a notch because now they the same lotto thing I was asking all that, right? When I was asking if you was play or whatever, and all of a sudden they're telling you you could win $1,000, $5,000, I think, if you take the waters, or even $500,000. You know, and all these things are bribe, you know, the money and things. We don't know that was coming, but it's like,
yeah,
look, that alone should show you that red flag because if they do all these things just for you to do that, right, then you're supposed to know hey, something wrong with
something
them.
wrong.
But them mind so hooked on vanity and saying, hey, that real money, I could do that money, especially in these times,
yeah, which is why,
because
this devil,
when that was set it so,
you know, John D. Rockefeller, in that letter that he write, when he say, we go give them carnal things, we go get them, that's roughly paraphrasing now. We get them physical things now, carnal things, and let them put it up in that and not in your bashim your shy. Right? Basically that way he said in his letter. Right? And you see them tutors, it's just so they are.
And then the next thing why I'd like to say how they plan out was twofold,
Yeah.
Because they just like how you say they'll give we vanity stuff because we like them kind of thing, like nice.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they have it so far good well so because we never had it, so we don't want it now.
And for them,
we watch it and it's like, hey boy, I'm a really nice boy. I want to have that. I long.
And more to come because eventually what they're gonna do, they're gonna tell you, hey, right, take that thing, the other thing, in Revelation 8, 13 and 16.
Yeah.
Right, they're gonna tell you, take that thing and here all your debts go get wiped away.
Yeah.
So at that time, now you will see.
No, what? I don't owe it only 500,000. And I son, I owe it only on mortgage, I owe it only on car notes, this, that. My bills getting wiped out. What? Give me it!
One time.
You're taking too long!
And
that's the first thing they look into train your face,
that is what's going to happen, man. And most of them is going to run, they're going to run and they're going to take it.
Take that, boy.
They're going to run and they're going to take it. Right?
That's the same thing with the water again. They gain people the waters to see who's the weak ones, the weak spirited ones, and who's the one that, you know, that still need some work on. Because the same I think is in a...
I like what you say there, hold on to it a little bit. That's why when they take you into the concentration camps, it's going to have something called a re-education
program.
Yeah,
which is really a brainwashing.
A brain fucking washing shit, right?
Because in the newspapers, where I was saying, I think it was the Ministry of Health or something like that, where you were talking about, we can't get vexed, right? The ones who intake the waters, we can't vex when we won't be allowed to go to certain buildings like the bank and all these places and all these things. Because they're trying to...
It's forced.
They're trying to tie we down in a way where we go say, hey, we have to take this thing.
Yeah. That's why I have...
They box you off.
That what I tell now, the boxing you, the boxing any angle, as always say that, the boxing you, the pinning in a box, the blocking you, the blocking you. That's why I have no bank account. I don't want no bank account.
And
eventually what you want to do is go and take all the money out of it.
I don't want no bank account.
My money, that's the same thing. I say, hey, take them thing out of you go in and to open and put thing in there, you have to take it out.
Yeah, take it out.
But they're going to use all of that against
me.
And that what and I have something for you. Yeah. I working so long for, and then when this come out now, you can be like, so long I working, I can't get my money. Give me,
because you work all them years because you have to wait a while before you get pension. You have to get NIS first before you get pension.
Correct, is right.
You understand? So
they've been planning this. They plan this from the council deep.
But I'm telling you that way I have a thing called think tanks. I want to have a thing called think tanks, you know. These NGOs now, boy, think tanks, you know, so a bunch of like university scholars and what have you, you know, who went to like Harvard and whatnot and thing, and they bring them into the blood and bones fucking lodge business and all them shit now, boy. You know, them so-called high intellectuals now, boy. Right?
Yeah.
And whatnot, and they pitch out the fucking ideas. You know, the elites go pitch out the ideas to them and whatnot, and you know they go be the ones who be doing the thinking of how to bring forward the ideas properly, and how to coax the people into following the ideas and what have you, and think about repercussions if the ideas ain't go good now, but you know what I mean?
Lawyers talk about on the group with them pastors. Right?
Yeah. There was the clergy response
teams. So you use them to pacify the people.
Right, that's the correct word.
To pacify us, you know? In that kind of way. So when shit pop off and people rebelling against the system now, and sedition now, the pastor will come and tell you, come child, who worry to go and do all that? Take the people thing now.
Yeah.
Take it now. It's a better thing for you. You know?
This is what Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know, Jesus Christ said, I'm not obey the laws of the land and all these things, you know?
Yeah.
They'll come out with a Romans 13.
Romans 13. That's what they will come with. You know?
Even a policeman tried to play coming on, we were somewhere a policeman tried to play coming on, we were that about. Yeah, that's them Romans 13 shit now, boy.
Obey the government.
Yeah, no, I say obey the government.
What set up the government?
Yeah. You know? But really actually did the Most High God did set it up. You know, because he does good both good and evil. You know what I mean? But I was going to obey his law. You ain't getting me fucking going and take that technological advancement in my system.
Yeah, it go back to just like with Daniel and them with Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, right? They did obey the government at the time, which was what in the Babylonian Empire.
Daniel.
But when it was time for them to tell them to bow down to that image, what they do? They did bow down to the image, right? Right.
But the thing is,
so
when the Lord say obey the laws of the land, and he really means to some extent where you won't, because I'm going to the next scripture where he say agree with adversaries quickly, right?
Correct.
Where he say, you know, alright, if the police officers come on and tell me to move from here now, well, how to do that? But in other words, if he come and he tell you to take that technological advance thing, right? Obviously, the Lord don't tell me don't take it, right? He done set apart everything for us. The ones who loyal and faithful to him, right? And had our faith, right? He's the one that will say, alright, he chose you, right? He set apart everything, going into the same Matthew 6 and 26. It's 626.
600, yeah, or
Right.
25 if you read it up.
Right.
Yeah,
But
can't.
he say he will provide for us thing no thought for your life.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that you're on point with that boy, because at the end of the day, all things lawful and all things expedient, you know.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to obeying the law,
Wisdom too.
can, you know, certain things, certain everything we could keep in this flesh, because we in this wicked kingdom, right? We Esau kingdom, we not in our kingdom. But when it comes to major things like that, when it comes to bowing down to the system and to that image, which is what you're doing when you're taking that M to the A to the R to the K, right?
Read Daniel 3 for me.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
when you take that CHIP,
Can.
you bow down to the system, you bow down to the image,
Yeah.
right?
Daniel 3.
So now what you not supposed to do?
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3.
Straight, just change, but I ain't nothing.
Can.
You don't might have all the things together. Good up.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 1. Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth was 60. So therefore, they are of 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, sent to gather together the princes. The king sent to gather the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Alright? So yeah. So Esau Edom, alright? They set up the image and what have you, and that statue where that statue represent. The technological advance. You know, so we bring all the might, all the brain men and what have you, you know, to celebrate, you know. We have this technological advance now, you know, what not so forth, that we could usher off to the people here now.
Yeah.
You know, we could usher off to the people, you know, and they knock the fucking glass.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, they bow down to the image, which is what their philosophy
Yeah,
is.
you understand?
The way of life.
You know, the little cocktail fucking party now, man.
Can, yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. No, actually, verse 4. Right? Then an herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at the what time ye hear the song.
Read that little part over again.
What verse 5?
Yeah. Nations and languages and what I was for.
Then an herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages.
And all of the Revelation 13:16.
Right, this is Revelation chapter 13, beautiful. Chapter 13 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
It says, it reads here, and he calls it all.
And he what?
He calls it all.
Go ahead.
Both small and rich. Great, sir, Slakia, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Alright, hold it there. Go back now.
Read about verse 4 again?
Nah.
Continue verse 5.
Yeah. You don't get the point.
Yeah.
That at what time ye hear the song of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, Dulcima, Dulcima, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image.
Alright, so continue it from thing now.
Right, Revelation 13, continue here.
Yeah.
And verse 16.
That's now, Salakia.
Read a little more.
No, you hold it. Salakia about that. Salakia, that's hold it.
I can't.
Read, continue reading. Salakia about that. Continue reading.
And whoso falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Right, so now continue.
Right, Revelation 13 and verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man. His number is 666.
Jump up to verse 14.
Verse 14, Revelation 13 and 14. and deceived. Let me read from verse 13, right? Verse 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. You know? Right?
We always break down that formula, so let us go back to the old videos and whatnot.
Can.
Alright, the beast, what I would just say is that the beast, it represents the system. Alright, the beast system. Alright? Well,
can. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Should be what?
Should be killed.
Alright, so I'm going back to Daniel 3.
Can.
Daniel 3 and
Verse 7.
Verse 7, yeah.
verse 7.
Yeah.
No, verse 6.
Verse 6, yeah. Verse 6.
Alright, verse 6. And
Yeah.
whoso falleth not down and worship it shall the same hour be cast in the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Can.
Alright? So, you see in here. Alright? It's the same thing here.
Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new under the sun. Alright?
Can.
Continuing verse 7. Therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackcloth, psaltery, and all kind of music, all the people and the nations and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Alright? Revelation 13 and 3.
Right, it's Revelation 13 and verse 3. It says, and I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
After the what?
The beast.
All
Right.
the world wondered after that beast, to drop, the bow after that beast.
Can.
That whole system. Alright? Well,
Can. Verse 4. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. Right? Because the dragon talk about what?
the Roman Empire.
Can, the revised
Right, because the revised Roman Empire. Go ahead.
Can. Right? Unto the beast, which is talking about the beast system.
Yeah.
And they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast?
Right? Who is what?
Who is like unto the beast?
Go ahead.
Who is able to make war with him?
Right, so it's the same thing here. Right? Because at that time, Nebuchadnezzar was his standing power, nobody could not conquer him.
Can.
Right? The Babylonian Empire was the thing, that was the hammer at the time.
Can.
The ancient Babylonian Empire.
Take down the Assyrians and
Yeah. Not only the Assyrians,
Yeah.
you have Ashimi Ashur when they read the book of Jeremiah.
Yeah.
The kingdom of the Edomites, the Moabites, the Ammonites. You have Ashimi Ashur used Nebuchadnezzar to knock down all one by one. All of them he knocked down and had them under his foot.
Can.
The way you feel the reason why he was keep on telling our forefathers and foremothers, do not go into Egypt.
Can.
Because he did done set up the scene for Pharaoh Necho them to get put down.
To take care of them. Yeah, can.
That's the reason why he tell them do not go down into Egypt, but they still insist that they will go down into Egypt.
I know the scripture talk about the wisdom and the strength and mind of Nebuchadnezzar. The Lord give him a strong kind of mind.
Right?
I think it's even if they take Michael and also try to convince him to be able to take him down now.
Can.
Even these scriptures. You know, because at the end of the day, the Lord give him that level of wisdom to accomplish the task to rule. You know?
Can.
That's how serious it is,
Right?
right? Yeah.
So-
Can.
Right, so as I say, right?
Yeah.
Right? All these nations of different language and whatnot, they worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. Right? Right?
I know funny enough, the Chaldeans.
Rasta Esther.
Chaldeans talking about the elites that Esau, the modern day Chaldeans.
Can.
Them is the elites because the old Chaldeans was them priests and high level elite Babylonians. So you don't know. You know, nothing
That's
new under the sun.
that's be out there.
Yeah, well,
Nothing there, fellas. Chrome of blood, pages.
that's it.
Something.
Try it. Yeah, she was right.
Yeah, boy.
Can.
Rasta Esther. Read that whole thing. Read that whole thing.
Is the book of Esther.
Because we read about the Chaldeans and then started to accuse the Jews, right? Go ahead, read.
Is the book of Esther, chapter 13, verse 3. Now when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, a man that excelled in wisdom among us.
A man, right? He was an Edomite, right? Or a man in the Bible. He was Haman. A man in the Apocrypha, right? Go ahead.
And was approved. So, okay. That, let me read it over. Now when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, a man that excelled in wisdom among us.
Alright, he was the second in command in the although he was an Edomite, but he was the second in command in the Middle Persian Empire. He was not a Persian. Now go ahead. Right? Right? Scripture talk about that. Right? Go ahead.
And was approved for his constant goodwill and steadfast fidelity, and had the honor of the second place in the kingdom.
Right.
Declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations.
That's still going on point to the original topic, eh?
Right? Yeah. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
And continually despised the commandments of kings, so as the uniting of our kingdoms honorably intended by us cannot go forward.
Right? And it's the same thing right now, because they want to bring forth a new world order, but they have a torn up the ass, which is men like me. Which is men like us, Salakia. Salakia about that. Which is men like ours here, like we brothers here, through the four corners of the earth, starting with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone on down. Right? Because we, whether you ever can't like it or not, we can give our ass. Right? But we is the one that smote the image. Great Millstone, GMS, is the one that smote the image. Right? Because we have 100% truth. Right? And we will continue that way. Even if it is we are to be put to death. That ain't nothing. But it's all for Yahweh, but Hashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Go ahead.
Seeing then we understand that his people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws.
Go ahead.
And evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can.
Yeah, that would the concern. All we doing is mischief now, boy. Right?
That our kingdom may not be firmly established.
Right? That the new world order wouldn't be firmly established. Go ahead.
Therefore have we commanded that all they that are signified in writing unto you by a man who is ordained over the affairs and is next unto us shall all with their wives and children be utterly destroyed by the sword of their enemies.
Right? So you see what is the intent for us, right? The intention for us. Go ahead.
Without all the mercy and pity, the 14th day of the 12th month Adar of this present year, that they who of old and now also are malicious may in one day with violence go into the grave.
Right, with a waffle, right? Go ahead.
And so ever hereafter cause our affairs to be well settled and without trouble.
Right? Right, so that is why there's going to come down upon us with great wrath, because we is like a spoke in the wheel. Right? So, go to verse 9 now. Continue, because we're in the whole chapter, and I feel we might lock off after that chapter.
Verse 9?
Yeah, verse 9 now.
Verse 9. O Belteshazzar,
yeah.
Verse 9. Yeah.
They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the song of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, Del Sima.
Scripture now come to my head there. Matthew, and I think it's Matthew 10.
God.
Just bear with me about for sure. Yeah, Matthew 10. Matthew 10. Read over verse 9 again. Matthew 10 and 17. Matthew 10 and 16. Matthew 10 and 16.
They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man shall hear the song of the cornet,
I want to hear too.
Yeah.
flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image.
Go ahead, read.
And whoso falleth not down and worshipped, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Right, so hold it now. Read it, read again.
It's Matthew chapter 10 and verse 16.
Go ahead, yeah.
Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Right?
Right?
Go ahead.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Right, go ahead.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up into the councils, and they will scourge you in the synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake.
Right? Because we is going to be accused, as I has always said, right? This here, to the government here, this is treason. Right? And the penalty for treason is death. Right? They liken this unto treason. Right? So best believe some of us, Revelation 2 and 10, there's going to cast some of us into prison. What have you? Right?
Yeah.
Being charges being brought upon us, brought before us, right? In the wicked court of law and the court of justice, but court of the wicked draconian laws. Right? But go ahead, drop it there. You have something else again? Bring it up.
This Solomon chapter 2 and verse 12, right? This is supposed to be for the rest of Esther, right?
Yeah.
Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean, contrary to our doings.
He's what?
He is clean, contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law.
Yeah, you only correcting me. You only talking righteousness. What about a little wickedness? Come on now, man. Speak a little wickedness now, man.
And this is why, like Leila and them, that's why she's being persecuted right now.
Yeah.
That's what we've been doing. Because we say there, don't take it. Same thing with the M to the O to TDB.
Right?
Right? I just say it like that. We say don't take it, and they hate that. They can't stand that we standing up here and telling them not to do it. Alright?
2 and 12.
Right? So he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, because that's offending the law.
Of course.
Taking that shit is offending the law. Alright? And objected to our infamy, the transgressions of our education, wicked education.
You understand?
You understand?
The
Lies.
false education which is based upon lies.
Super science.
Verse 11. And whoso falleth not down and worship, that he should be cast into the midst of a fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee.
Right? So that come like the apostle Taha, and the apostle Gaba, and the apostle Rakah, and the apostle Ariamlab.
Yeah.
These men, right, they don't regard Trump and Biden and Obama and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and these men, right? and we ought to do so in like manner.
Can.
Right? To give a ass about them. To care less about them. Them can eat my shit. That is how I see them. Go ahead.
O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Can.
Give me Revelation 16 or 15. Well, Revelation 15 and try Revelation. Let me see Revelation 16 and 2.
You saw something?
No.
That is one we know is some sort. Revelation 16 and 2. Who are the mark now?
No, 15.
15, you know, again? Which one?
15 and 2.
15 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So let me go there. This is Revelation chapter 15 and verse 2. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark.
Right? Right? Because as you read it, right, there's a certain set of people, alright? And that people represent the elect, right? That not bowing to that image. Right? And in the scripture here, in Revelation, it's showing you here concerning, hey, these is the men that gotten the victory. Right? Standing in that sea of glass is the chariot, you know, with a glass bottom. We're watching down and seeing the judgment of the wicked 2/3 being burnt in that thermonuclear fire. Right? Even in the Apocrypha. Let me see if I can get it here. In 2nd Ezra. Let's bear with me. Let's bear with me. Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra 2 and 42. I Ezra saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised Yahweh power with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What person is this that crowned them? And he giveth them palms in their hands. So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to command them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Gone.
Bring it out here.
Verse 13. Then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image?
So they'll come to me and before these hierarchies on them. Is it true? So you all still hell bent on not taking my mark. You all still not going and take my mark. Where?
Nor worship the golden image which I have set up.
Yes, so they're not going and bow to me. Where?
Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the song of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made.
Go ahead.
Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Can. Right? Scripture talk about this, the joyful thing to die for Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake, boy.
Can, that's quick precept here.
Bring it out.
It's Sirach 4:28. Strive for the truth.
Strive for the what?
Strive for the truth.
Strive for this truth, boy.
Can. Strive for the truth unto death.
Unto what?
Unto death.
Unto fucking death, boy.
And the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shall fight for thee.
Can. He will fight for we.
Can. Isaiah 59 and 19. Isaiah 59 and 19. You know?
Bring it out now.
Right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 19. Right? It reads, so shall they fear the name. You hear again the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall lift up a standard against him.
So we don't give a ass where you fucking coming with, right? We are not ignorant of your devices. All where you looking to come with, we don't know that. Right? Where you fucking devils coming with, right? We don't know. Because although like the fact that we come back to this year, right? We don't know. The two things are easy things to kill off. And you're still going to get judged for killing them and all too. Because at the end of the day, they still the apple of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Because what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai say what? He would yet love Jacob and yet still choose Salakia, choose Israel. So you're still going to get judged for killing all the 2/3. But you see as he left, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to fuck you all to the cross. Well.
Verse 15. Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made.
Go ahead.
But if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Go ahead.
And who is not God that shall deliver you out of my hands?
That is who is not God that shall deliver you out of my hands. Go ahead.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
They're making sure the brother man, you can't even try to trip me up with the words. Don't feel like to make we speak against the Most High God. Don't feel like when I get we in that shit. Go ahead, Ak.
If it be so.
If it what?
If it be so.
If it be so. Because everything is of the will of the Most High God. If it be so. Right? If it be so, well,
our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace.
Right, because what he wanted to do to try to tell them, he tried to say, because let's go back to the same.
Yeah, but yeah.
Was a must? That is spirit boy. That is spirit boy. Call Halayam, La Alahaya Nawa, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekap, Badash.
All praises, honor, and glory to our power way. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai way.
Bring it on up.
Alright, let me see. There's a book of wisdom.
Who knows, they might ban this one and all too.
Yeah, they might ban this one too.
Fuck you devils, where?
There's a book of wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And I'll read from verse 14. Right? He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his father.
Of course.
Here's verse 17. Let us see if his words be true. And let us prove what shall happen in him in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of God, he will help him.
You see? So that would Nebuchadnezzar was trying to do. You know, to test the faith. You know, and Esau nothing new
Same
under
spirit.
the sun, the
Come,
same spirit.
Same Babylon spirit.
Same spirit.
Can.
Let me prove, let me see, let me test the faith and let me prove now, boy.
From 15 go down there, 40. Can. Yeah, 200, yeah. Alright? Can. You know? That just show you. It's beautiful.
Can.
Alright? Verse 18. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with the spitefulness. And that going into that furnace. That severe the spitefulness. You know? And torture. That real torture because you're burning to death. Alright? That come like, it wouldn't be like that. Zechariah 14 and 12. When he be some of the destruction, them ICBM nuclear missile, the fire, the second death. Could devour people. Alright? You know, let us examine him with the spitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. That's why the Lord say in Revelation 13 and 10, right, this is the faith and the patience of the saints. Right? Because we laying our life on the line for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? We having patience for Yahushai till he come. And in the meantime, we like lambs to the slaughter. Right? Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Right? Such things did they imagine and were deceived. So here what it was, they was deceived. For their own wickedness had blinded them.
Yeah.
Their own wickedness had blinded them, boy. Because they feel like, hey, when a man dead, that is it.
That is it.
But we have a spirit. When we dead, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai take our spirit, boy.
That is like this is like they said it was this second Maccabees 7. Alright, going into the woman and she 7 sons, right, and 14. So when he was, right, it's second Maccabees 7 I read from 10, second Maccabees 7:10. After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue and his and that right soon holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despise them. Right? He put out the one and said, these I get from heaven, and for his laws, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's laws, I despise this. I don't need fucking this. You understand? Why? Why say it? Right? And from him I hope to receive them again. Right? Because he know he will come back. Right? And when we know for a fact, when we did for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's sake, we're going to come back. Right? Right? Insomuch that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded his pains. Right? Now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good, being put to death by men, to look for hope from Yahweh, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, as for you fucking Esau, all you Edomites, as for you, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. Right? Afterward they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Right? Then looked he unto the king and said, thou hast power over men, and here you Rothschilds and all they have power, but only thing is, all the power is carnal power. Carnal power. Thou hast power over men, thou art corruptible, thou doest what thou wilt. Alistair Crowley, thou doest what thou wilt, yet think not that our nation is forsaken of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right?
For we walk by faith, not by sight. We walk by faith, not by sight.
Yeah.
You know?
Right? So go back to the Daniel. You remember which part of the bridge?
Yeah.
Alright, good.
Verse 16. No. Verse 17. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image.
So you see that? So they're showing they're ready to die, whether Yahweh Hashem Yahushai going to rescue them from the fire or not. They're still rather ready to die for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. right? Than to go into that fire, than to bow, so that here, to bow. Fuck you. Go ahead, huh?
Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed.
Right, which is the appearance, countenance.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should keep the furnace 1/7 times more than the God.
You know something? I want you to know about him, I said that was his first
Yeah.
I want you to see that. I want you to go on the left hand side. Right there, then take this. Because the Lord like to magnify his name. And his name will be magnified. You know about him, your side, but you know from the one you reverse. Name. And that way you want to do it there, you sit up here. Right, and then you put it self, not just normal time. Seven times. Right, 7 times.
Yeah, son. Right, go ahead, huh?
He commanded that they should keep the furnace of 1/7 more than it was go to pieces. And he commanded that the most mighty men that were in his army by Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and cast them into the burning fiery furnace.
Verse 21. Then these were bound in their coats, their horses and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame and the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
The men all which are manipulated, them perish.
Them perish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire?
Yeah.
They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, No, I see 4 men loose,
All praises to God.
walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the fourth is like the son of Yahweh.
All praises to God. You know? Because the Lord sent an angel in the midst of the fire.
So we not going to bow to your fucking shit. Bring it out.
Psalm 24:7. The angel of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, encampeth around them, about them that fear him.
That what?
That fear him.
Fear him.
You don't fear Esau. Fear Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? And delivered them. So they was delivered. You know? They was delivered.
We are it.
2 Corinthians 5 and verse 6.
Bring it out. Bring it
It's
out.
the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 6. Therefore we are always confident, knowing that whilst we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord.
Yeah, what?
We are absent from the Lord. For we walk by faith.
So we walk by what?
Walk by faith.
Walk by faith. Go ahead.
Not by sight.
Not by sight. Right? Now, unlike you I see niggas, right? But oh, GMS is a faith-based camp. Yes, we is a faith-based camp. Because you always only depend on the law, and the law, and the law, and the law. Right? The law ain't going to save your ass. Because you niggas talking about law and law and law and law and law, and you're doing a set of folly. Taking bribes and all that shit. Right? You know the law talk about the law speaks against taking bribes from the enemy and what have you. I'm making covenant with the devil. Talk about that. You Nathan and Deacon, whatever you call the name is. The Ayaton.
That one break up just now. That's why those IYC shambles. Because that, you see what's going on right now? You see that Revelation 15 and 16 that we read, it made manifest that the elders and the apostles of GMS was 100% right. all the time. Right? They was right all the time. And you know what? Half all their members, whichever members are the and they are the elect, they're gonna separate from all them. Right? And all your whole organization gonna break down. And watch and see who they're gonna start to follow.
And Nate is gonna get put to fucking death. Nate and Ayaton, which is his second in command. And all the hierarchy, all the fucking hierarchy in IUIC. And don't forget about ISUPK and one body. I wouldn't say one, I wouldn't call it the Messiah name, but all you can boy. That's one body boy. All you deserve to have Yahweh Shai name on all the camp name boy. Yeah? All you deserve fucking that boy. Go ahead.
Right? So 2 Corinthians 5 and verse 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Right? Wherefore we labor that whether present or absent, so we labor that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of Him.
Right? And they will, because they be swine up in church and heaven by this world, we fuck this world up for we, this world and want to ask for we. This world and looking for we. Right? According to the deceased mother, the skin as she cack a hole, the skin as we cack a hole and we only for take a pliers and try to stretch it, it still can't cover the hole. Yeah? Because be a separation, we are suffering in this place, you know.
For real. For real.
Go ahead,
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 25.
Go ahead.
My children suffer patiently.
What?
My children suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh.
From who?
From Yahweh.
Yeah, from Yahweh. We are to suffer this patiently. And there's a lesson for we here too. Because we are to teach ourselves before we teach others, right? Go ahead.
For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
Shortly what?
Thou shalt see his destruction.
You're going to see the destruction of Esau, Edom, boy. And all you other heathen nations. All. Go ahead.
And shall tread upon his neck.
And shall what?
Tread upon his neck.
Yeah, have all in a low estate. That is what coming for you. You all going to come down to a low estate. Go ahead.
Verse 26. My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock cord of the enemies.
Right? When did that happen to them? When did that happen to these fucking Jewish people, right? When did that happen to them? When did that happen to them? Give me the time, the day, the relics. When? Go ahead.
Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh.
And what?
And cry unto Yahweh.
Go ahead.
For ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
Right? For what? For disobedience.
Go
ahead.
For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times.
Seek him what?
10 times more.
Seek him 10 times more when you come into the shoot. Look to excel more. Don't look to stay what you know is an Israelite and that is that. It don't work so. It don't work so like the same red man from my work who come up and listen to me when we was in Saturday.
Yes.
Nah, the red man who working with me now, boy, my co-worker. Right? He still, you know he's an Israelite because I show him, you understand?
Yeah.
But he's still in the world. He's still in the world smoking and all of that shit.
Yeah.
Telling me yesterday morning about he listened to my video. He work on a location, we get internet and he listened to a good bit of my videos and things. And you know, like I supposed to feel, you know, glory, yeah, boy. Like if I some star boy now, boy, like a celebrity now, boy. You know what I mean? You listen to my video, so fucking what?
What next?
So yeah, what next?
You know, just as Apostle Taha, Elder Apostle Taha said, he said this truth is not for cheerleaders.
You want no cheerleaders?
Are they doing the work or you're not
doing it? It's simple as that.
Can.
It's simple as that. Simple as that. And the thing about it is, Ezekiel 31:33, you know, this thing song like a good song for them, and you know, good beat and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and yet still, right, and yet still they wouldn't do it, but lo, it in brackets, but lo, it will come. And then shall they know that a prophet had been amongst them.
Can.
Right? But go ahead. Read time me. Yeah, I good time. Still a little time. Go ahead.
Verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation.
With your what?
With your salvation.
Right, go ahead.
Take a good heart, O Jerusalem.
O Jerusalem. So you see who salvation is for? Go ahead.
For he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee.
Yeah, miserable going to be all you heathen nations, especially Esau, Edom.
Can.
Go ahead.
And rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve.
Miserable going to be these cities, especially America. Which in the eye, especially America. Miserable going to be America. Right? And the Abashun Yasha is making it miserable, we all know. With the plagues he's sending upon it.
Can.
Right? And they're going to be more miserable when them nuclear missiles are the fucking land. Go ahead.
And you shall be in a bad case.
Yeah, in a bad case.
Bad case.
Go ahead.
Miserable is she that received thy sons, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin.
As what?
As she rejoiced at thy ruin.
Same Lamentations 2:15.
Can.
This is the day that we look for. We can clap the hand.
Yeah, they send gifts.
Rejoice again. They send gift.
Yeah. Good brother.
Let me take a selfie. Yeah? Let me take a selfie. Fuckers.
You get good. In that day we go be rejoicing.
Go ahead.
And was glad of thy fall. So shall she grieve for her own desolation.
So shall she what?
Grieve for her own desolation.
Yeah, go ahead.
For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
And her pride. Yeah, you know my bitch. What was it? Yeah, your pride going to turn to fucking mourning.
Can.
Yeah? Your pride will turn to mourning.
Pride going before destruction.
Can.
And a haughty spirit before fall.
The scripture says if his children be multiplied, it's because it's for the sword.
Can.
For the fucking sword.
Can.
Go ahead.
For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
For a great time. Right? Thermal nuclear missiles coming upon the whole of America.
Can.
Go ahead.
O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh.
Yeah?
Look to the hills. From
Yeah?
whence cometh
Whence
my
cometh my help,
Can.
but let no fucking Mecca.
Yeah.
Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yeah, read it still. Yeah. Salakia. Read now, read. We don't have to read.
Read it over.
No, let's read. That's selfish.
the last one.
That's the last one?
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright,
so
can.
we press for time too.
Let me go
Yeah, why?
Baruch. Let me start Baruch chapter 2 and verse 29.
Go ahead.
It says, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations.
Among the nation, which it did happen.
Can.
Right? But Yahweh Hashem Yahshua replenishly, because hey, right now Israel is what? The largest nation upon the face of the earth.
Can.
Right?
Can.
Because hey, the Most High do what he make Israel as his heritage like unto a speckled bird. Right? Because not all Israel they will get with woolly hair, and not all Israel they will get looking like Wesley Snipes.
And that was done for a reason. They were these scriptures. They would have eliminated us if that didn't happen. They would have eliminated us long ago. So you hide us among them. Can. You know? That was they call us minorities in different areas, right? So a small number among the nations where I will set them. For I knew that they will not fear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivity.
Yeah, in the land of their captivity. He said, one more scripture. You hear that? Yeah.
On the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. They shall remember themselves.
Remember themselves.
That's what they get now. Right? Yes. Yes. And shall know that I am the Lord, their God. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. And think upon my name.
Think upon his name, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushua, the Lord Jesus Christ, and Yahweh, and Yahuwah, and Yeshua, and Isaiah, and all them nonsense.
And turn from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sin before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords over it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished.
Right? But they're not increasing over there. Fucking increasing over there.
They always knew they was quote unquote Jewish.
Yeah.
So how would they could ever be inherited? It was never taken away from them.
Right?
Right? And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people Israel out of the land that I have given them.
Right?
Thus saith the Lord.
Yes, the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his man again the second time with his cover.
Right? Second time because you're going to come. But the second time, and this time you came back and cover the remnant. Right? Well,
to cover the remnant of the people which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Patrus and from Cush.
Assyria, right? That is in Iraq. From Egypt. Right? That Egypt is twofold. Right? Which is Babylon, Egypt, and Egypt itself. Well, and from where?
Patrus,
which is in Africa. And from where?
And from Cush.
And from Cush, which is Ethiopia. Well,
and from Elam,
which is in India, which is the Siddhis and the Punjabis. Well,
and from China.
And from where?
From China,
which is also in Iraq. Right? We are speaking about Northern Kingdom because we still have some Northern Kingdom over there from the Assyrian captivity. Right? Well,
and from Hamath.
And from where?
From Hamath,
Africa again.
And from the islands of the sea.
And from the where?
Islands of the sea.
And from the where?
Islands of the sea.
And from the islands of the sea.
Right.
Of course. This scripture without the shadow of a doubt proves that we is the children of Israel. We, when was those Jewish people been scattered through the islands of the sea? We talking about.
And when they came to the islands of the sea, they didn't come in cargo slave ships. They never come in cargo slave ships.
Where they come from?
For vacation.
Yeah, not only that, they come, that was the ones who was people that's in slavery. That was the ones who was owning the ships. Right? That was the one who had an oppression. Right?
So fuck all the weed on my man. Fuck all that. So with that, call Alayam, La Alahaya Nawa, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushua, Ba'asham, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well.
Double honors.
Double salutations unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth through the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and the freedom to do so now more than ever for the truth. Alright? Shalom unto the spectacle Israelites who looks like the other nations, but that Israel through the forefather in the lineage. And shalom unto the very few but faithful afterwards. Alright? Which is the sisters. tell again, you know, you hope you edify through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Shuni and Shine. Right? Stay in the faith, keep holding on, pray, fast when you could, pray, hold that faith, and keep cursing out Esau. You understand?
Yeah.
Man, tell. Shalom, shalom, shalom. See sometimes things from the Holy Spirit.